We are constantly being fed two conflicting directions. On one hand, society tells us to hustle, to grind relentlessly toward our goals, and to never lose focus. On the other, we're warned that life is short, and we need to stop and smell the roses before they're gone. These directions pull us apart. If you're constantly hustling, you feel a lingering guilt for missing out on the present. But if you relax and soak in the moment, you feel an anxious pressure that you're falling behind. It creates a tug of war where neither side ever feels like a win. Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist serves as a practical philosophy for navigating this tension. It contains a specific parable designed to break this contradiction by showing us exactly what we're missing. In the story, a young boy travels across an unforgiving desert to ask the world's wisest man how to live well. He expects a solitary guru, but instead he finds the man living in a magnificent, chaotic palace, surrounded by tradesmen and opulent feasts. The boy stepping into that vibrant, overwhelming courtyard is a mirror for our own lives. He is trying to find a clear path forward in a world packed with distracting noise and staggering beauty. Because the wise man is busy, he doesn't give a direct answer. Instead, he hands the boy a teaspoon holding 2 small drops of oil. His only instruction is to wander the palace for 2 hours, and whatever he does, he must not spill the oil. This begins the boy's first walk. He takes off up and down the palace staircases, completely fixated on the spoon. His entire existence shrinks down to those 2 golden drops, his hands trembling as he ensures they stay perfectly balanced. 2 hours later, he returns. Not a single drop has been spilled. But when the wise man asks what he thought of the palace, the boy confesses he didn't actually see any of it. He had completely ignored the elaborate Persian tapestries lining the dining hall. He missed the stunning rugs entirely and walked right past a garden that took a master botanist 10 years to cultivate. This first walk captures the trap of the anxious achiever. We can successfully protect our goals and hit our milestones, but we pay a severe tax. We miss the actual experience of being alive. The wise man refuses to accept this outcome. He tells the boy, "You cannot trust a man if you don't know his house," and sends him back out to explore with the spoon still in hand. During his second walk, the boy feels a massive sense of relief. He finally looks up. He takes in the artwork on the ceilings, the vibrant flowers in the garden, and the majestic mountains rising in the distance. He rushes back to the wise man, eagerly recounting every beautiful detail he observed, describing the care with which the entire palace was assembled. But this state has its own danger. This is the aimless wanderer. Being present and soaking in the environment gives the boy a false sense of victory, masking the fact that he has neglected his primary responsibility. The wise man calmly listens to the descriptions, then asks one question. "Where are the drops of oil I entrusted to you?" The boy looks down at his hand, and his stomach drops. The spoon is empty. While he was distracted by the beauty of the palace, the oil had completely vanished. This maps out the behavioral spectrum we get trapped on. On one side, if we fixate exclusively on our goals, the oil, we miss the world. On the other, if we prioritize pleasure and presence, the castle, we lose our purpose. Most advice only teaches us how to operate at one of these 2 extremes, leaving a massive void right in the center. We are either taught productivity hacks or mindfulness techniques. This is why fulfillment feels so difficult to maintain. We spend our lives swinging like a pendulum, bouncing between grinding for a future payout and blindly consuming the present moment. Seeing the empty spoon, the wise man delivers his final instruction: see all the marvels of the world and never forget the drops of oil on the spoon. For us, those marvels of the world are the necessity of remaining present. It's building relationships, experiencing our surroundings, and appreciating the journey. The drops of oil represent the requirement of maintaining our purpose. They are our responsibilities and the goals that give our lives structure and direction. Living well means holding both of these truths at once. It's the ability to keep your eyes on the horizon without letting go of what you carry. One shouldn't be sacrificed for the other. This is the core of the boy's lesson. A meaningful life requires a split focus. You must be present enough to appreciate the palace, but disciplined enough to protect the oil. We see this applied through the book's protagonist, Santiago the shepherd. He spends his days walking through the rolling Andalusian countryside, navigating the path between these two forces. Santiago actively seeks out new routes and travels to new towns. He takes in the marvels of his environment, but he never stops tending to his flock, securing their food and finding water. He never forgets the oil. Compare that to the crystal merchant. He is so terrified of spilling his oil, of losing the comfort and safety of his shop, that he refuses to ever make his pilgrimage to Mecca. He survives, but the marvels of the world remain a distant dream. Look at your own daily routine. Are you currently staring so hard at the spoon that the years are passing you by in a blur? Or have you dropped the spoon entirely, wandering without any responsibility? Fulfillment doesn't ask you to choose between ambition and joy. It is found by walking through the magnificent palace of your life with your eyes wide open to its beauty, while maintaining a steady, mindful grip on your purpose.